That's right. We want to encourage you guys to plant the land this morning. And to do that, we're going to continue the conversation we've been having for weeks upon weeks now about safe food and safe food consumption. But specifically today, we're going to be dealing with food fraud. And Carrie has this one, so check it out.
Thank you, my good friend Rokas. And we're going to be speaking with members of the Cropper Foundation as they continue their safe food campaign. And there's an upcoming webinar that there's a panel discussion about food fraud and what it means for Trinidad and Tobago. Joining us this morning is Andrea Mulrain-Ash, who is the Biotechnology Unit Program Leader at Kariri, who will be involved in it. And we also have Zico Kozia, a very familiar face here for us indeed, who's Communications Officer at the Cropper Foundation. Good morning to my guests and welcome.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning. So first off, my first question would be for you, Andrea. What is food fraud? And why does it matter in the Safe Food campaign?
Okay, so good morning again. So food fraud, of course, as the name implies, is a crime with profits at heart. So what we really want to encourage consumers to know is that food fraud is something that is deliberate, something intentional with economic gain at heart. And there are many different types that we will talk about at the webinar this afternoon.
Well, just give us a little snippet of what are the types of food fraud, because not everyone watching the show this morning would necessarily tune into the webinar. So at least give us some little bullet points, so to say.
No problem. So some common types of food fraud includes things like substitution. So you may have been aware of the big horse meat scandal that was about a few years ago, where people were selling beef, but it really was between 80 to 100% of horse meat.
Wow.
We also have things such as addition. So we have dilution of drinks such as juices or coconut water. And very importantly, because of awareness of organic and vegan foods, we have misrepresentation. So things on labels such as vegan, organic claims, things that are halal, and even changing of expiry dates. So those are some common types of food fraud that we see in the industry.
And do we see this type of food fraud here in Trinidad and Tobago?
Definitely, definitely. Food fraud is something that affects everyone globally, and even here in T&T we see incidences of things like dilution, addition, and some misrepresentation as well.
Now, there's the upcoming webinar that addresses this issue of food fraud. Tell us about the panel and some more of the topic that you're going to be discussing.
Okay, so on the panel this afternoon, we will actually be going through helping understanding what food fraud is, defining it and in different types. And what we really want to do is offer actionable advice to consumers, because the panel is very diverse. We have a lot of representation, not only from government, but also industry perspective. We have someone from the Supermarket Association with that retail perspective. And we also have representation from Ms. Ina Harvey to give us something from the Caribbean as well. So we're actually looking forward to a very engaging discussion where we can actually determine red flags, the coding labels, and also the legislation set up to protect consumers.
Zico, we want to bring you in the conversation. Give us an update on the Safe Food campaign and what is carded coming up soon.
Okay, Carrie. So as you know, we've been coming here every 2 weeks to give you all updates on the Safe Food campaign that the Cropper Foundation has been running. So let's remember, under the Safe Food campaign, we want consumers in Trinidad and Tobago to think about these 4 words: sustainable, accountable, factual, and eco-friendly every time they're selecting products at the grocery store. So this particular webinar that we're going to be doing today focuses on the F, factual. And under factual, we want consumers to start asking questions about the products that they're purchasing. Is the information on this food label factual? Right? So in today's webinar, which is taking place at 2 p.m. and it's being broadcast live from the Cropper Foundation's Facebook page, you can visit our Facebook page. Our handle is at the Cropper FNDN. I'm sure you'll show. I'm sure the viewers that now.
Yeah.
So you can visit our Facebook page, and at 2 p.m. today, you can attend the webinar, which will be hosted by Andrea Mulrain-Ash of Kariri, and she will be speaking with people, like she said, from the Supermarket Association, the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture. Faz Khan will also be there, who is the Director of Chemistry, Food and Drugs Division at the Ministry of Health. And all of these different stakeholders, what the Cropper Foundation wanted to do was bring together different stakeholders in food safety so that we tackle the issue from every single angle.
Definitely.
And so that you as a consumer, you can attend and walk away with more knowledge about how you can protect your family from food fraud. So just one more time, at 2 p.m. today, it's going to be broadcast live from the Cropper Foundation's social media pages, Facebook mainly. You have to register if you want to take part in the interactive aspect of the panel discussion. Like Andrea said, we want to give actionable advice, so this is targeted to consumers. If you register and you attend today, you will be able to ask your questions directly to these experts, and you're going to walk away with a whole lot of knowledge about how you can protect your family from food fraud. Like Andrea said, we're looking also too at the different certifications that exist on the local market. So you'll have an understanding of which certifications are valid,
right.
What can I trust, and you'll be able to basically protect your family and yourself.
Yeah, and and that is so necessary. Back to you, Andrea. Kiriri is an authority when it comes to food safety and control of food, especially food that has to go to the public. Why is Kiriri supporting the the Safe Food campaign itself and this food fraud webinar?
Well, definitely in the unit of the biotechnology unit, we are focused heavily on food safety. That's our main goal. And in 2006, we established the Caribbean Food Safety Center, where we actually want to encourage awareness for consumers, education, conduct of audits, and conduct of training for not only Trinidad and Tobago, but the region at large. We are heavily involved in food safety in terms of, as Zico would have mentioned, certification audits, getting products to market, and even getting products to the export markets, where food fraud has become a very big topic, something that they want included to ensure that consumers are getting products that are not tampered with, not concealed, don't have additives, and have factual information on the label.
Now, is there any penalty that exists or any legal route that the organizations like yours can take if there's any proven food fraud by any organization, by any vendor, as the case may be?
So definitely, if food fraud is detected, you can go to the Consumer Awareness Division, and you can also contact the Chemistry, Food and Drugs Division, who is our legal authority for all products on the supermarket shelves. So they will, of course, conduct an investigation and have the appropriate redress.
Wonderful. And Zico, just before we go, is there anything else you want to tell us about the Cropper Foundation and the Safe Food campaign?
So definitely. So another reason, that we want people to attend these webinars and learn about food safety is that we are doing a Safe Food Challenge that anyone in Trinidad and Tobago can participate in. Of course, the Safe Food Challenge is also geared to getting people more aware of good food safety principles. Right? So you can learn about the Safe Food Challenge by visiting our Instagram page. It's the same handle, @thecropperfndm, and click the link in our bio. Within that link, you'll see the Safe Food Challenge listed, and you'll see all the rules of how you can participate, right? So one of the incentives is that there are two $5,000 TT prizes that you can win by simply filming a 1-minute video that promotes good food safety principles, right? And you have until the end of July to participate in this competition. And when people hear films, sometimes they think, okay, we want like a movie or something super sleek. It's not that at all.
Right.
Our focus here is we want you to promote good food safety principles. So we want a strong message and we want a creative approach in under 1 minute. So you can just pick up your cell phone, you can film it with whoever's at home, because of course we have to follow all COVID-19 guidelines. We don't want you running into the supermarket to film anything, but do something creative from home. In under 1 minute with your sister, your brother, let them pick up a cell phone and you can just speak to the camera and promote good food safety principles. So how can you get that message out there? We want you to get more involved with our Safe Food campaign. So if you visit the Cropper Foundation's social media pages, you'll see that we've been publishing editorials week to week, promoting different aspects of food safety in the same way that we've been doing these webinars. So if you visit our page as well as the pages of our partners, such as Cariri, you'll be able to learn more about food safety. And as you learn more, you can take the message and you can put it into this 1-minute video and just look at the camera, picture something creative, something interesting. If you have a talent for rhyming, you could do a spoken word poem. You can do a song. You know, it doesn't have to be a full skit, but it can be as well. What's important is that the message is strong and that the approach is creative, and that's what we're looking for. So you have until July 31st, right? So visit at the Cropper FNDN. On Instagram, click the link in bio, and you'll see all the technical rules, and you'll be able to submit your video. And we really look forward to seeing what you bring to the table. Thank you, Carrie.
All right. Well, with that one, I'm very encouraged to pick up my cell phone and potentially win $5,000. But let's look at the bigger cause, which is, getting more people educated on food safety and things being certified safe as well. Now, I want to thank you both for joining us this morning and continue the great work of the Cropper Foundation. I want to thank you, Andrea Mulrain Ash, who is the Biotechnology Unit Program Leader at Kariri. I want to thank you as well, Zico Kozia, Communications Officer at the Cropper Foundation, for joining us this morning. And it's good to see you, Zico.
Always good to see you, Gary.
All right.
Things look great on the Now Morning Show, as always. Very informative and entertaining.
Thank you very much, my friend. All right, with that, we are going to take a short break and come back with much more here on the Now Morning Show.